Good evening everyone, I'm Samridhi Sethi. न्यूज़ क्लिपिंग्स देख के थोड़ा तो आइडिया लगी क्या होगा कि आज हम किस बारे में बात करने वाले हैं. Yes, you are right. Acid attack. But what is acid attack? What exactly it is? ये word acid जो हम इतना commonly सुनते हैं. How do we define acid attack? An acid attack, also called acid throwing, vitriol attack or vitriolage, is a form of violent assault involving the act of throwing acid or a similarly corrosive substance onto the body of another with the intention to disfigure, maim, torture or kill. ये लॉन्ग टर्म में सोशली, फिजिकली, मेंटली, इकोनॉमिकली सब तरह से आपकी लाइफ खराब कर देता है. अकॉर्डिंग टू एसिड सर्वाइवर्स ट्रस्ट इंटरनेशनल, हर साल 250 से 300 केसेस रिपोर्ट होते हैं, बट उन देखा जाए तो ये नंबर 1000 से ज़्यादा बढ़ सकता है. दिस इज अ चार्ट शोइंग that with respect to increasing incidents and victims, the rate of filing charge sheet against the culprit is declining. Acid attack करने के पीछे किसी का क्या मोटिव होता होगा? What is the motivation of perpetrators? So according to some studies, this has been found out that some of the reasons could be racial motivation, jealousy, personal conflicts, social political motivations, gang violence, rivalry, conflicts over land ownership or property, revenge for refusal of sexual advances, proposals of marriage, and demands for dowry. This is a chart showing acid attack statistics, reasons for the year 1999 to 2000. Some of the major countries associated with acid assault includes Bangladesh, India, Nepal, Cambodia, etc. According to a 2010 study in the Lancet, there are no reliable statistics क्योंकि कुछ तो रिपोर्ट ही नहीं होते हैं इंसिडेंट्स. 80% of acid attacks are on women, and the male perpetrators have accepted that their reason was, if I can't have you, no one shall. मेरी नहीं हो सकी तो किसी की नहीं होने देता. बांग्लादेश में तो एसिड फेंकने को एक जेंडर क्राइम लेबल कर दिया गया है. यानी इट इज सो एविडेंट दैट एटलीस्ट 95% ऑफ द विक्टिम्स आर वुमेन. इसका एक और रीजन देखा जाता है दैट increased risk for an acid assault is their socio-economic status, as those living in poverty are more likely to be attacked. Let's focus on India. India's incident rate of chemical assault has been increasing in the past decade, with a high 27 reported cases in 2010. Altogether, from January 2002 to October 2010, 153 cases of acid assault were reported in Indian print media, while 174 judicial cases were reported for the year of 2000. Some acid attacks are committed against religious minorities, such as Muslim women during the 2002 riots in Gujarat, Christians in the 2008 Kandhamar riots, and Sikhs in the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. A very famous the Bhagalpur blinding case is famous because police in India were throwing acid on individuals, particularly on their eyes, causing blindness to the victims. Movie has also been made starring Ajay Devgan named Gangajal on this topic. Some notable cases of acid attacks in India are Sonali Mukherjee's case of 2003 and Lakshmi Agarwal in 2005. She's Sonali Mukherjee. She's Lakshmi Agarwal. On the basis of true story of Lakshmi Agarwal, a movie has also been made named Chhapak, starring Deepika Padukone.
The health effects, which are medical, psychological or social. Medically, there are scars or burns, body parts are disfigured. The person could be deaf or blind for the whole life, organs are failed, hair are lost. And psychologically, anxiety, depression, the victim loses its self-esteem. Socially, the person is left physically handicapped for the whole life. That's why unemployment is there, economic viability is there.
How do we treat it? What is the treatment of acid attacks? When acids contact the skin, response time is crucial. Always remember. If washed away with water, neutralized promptly, burns to skin can be minimized or avoided entirely. But eyes, lips, cornea can be burned immediately on contact because they are unprotected by skin. Due to lack of knowledge of how to treat burns, many victims applied oil to the acid rather than rinsing thoroughly and completely with water for 30 minutes or longer to neutralize the acid. Such home remedies only serve to increase the severity of damage as they do not counteract this acidity.
Can it be prevented? The role of NGOs is very important for prevention. It spread awareness. One of the best examples is Palash Foundation by Shireen Jawali. It also gives psychological help to acid attack survivors. Another and very important thing is regulation of acid sales. There is a dialogue in movie छपाक, बिकेगा नहीं तो फिकेगा नहीं. जब कोई उसे बेचेगा ही नहीं तो लोग उसे कैसे फेंकेंगे दूसरे लोगों पर. इसकी सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि ये बहुत इजीली अवेलेबल है और बहुत ही चीप कॉस्ट पे. लेकिन अब गवर्नमेंट बहुत अच्छी चीज़ लाई है कि अगर आपको एसिड खरीदना है then you'll have to submit your photo identity card and the retailer has to register your name and address along with it.
But we need stricter laws. So, let's see the legislation. Many countries have begun pushing for legislation addressing acid attacks, and new laws have been made. India's top court ruled that authorities must regulate the sale of acid, which is very important. The Supreme Court's ruling on July 16, 2013 came after an incident in which 4 sisters suffered severe burns after being attacked with acid by 2 men on a motorbike. The judge further said that buyer of such acids should in future have to provide a photo identity card to any retailer when they make a purchase of acid. The retailer will have to register the name and address of the buyer. This was only possible due to the awareness in people by which they were able to do protests and aware other people too. In 2013, India introduced an amendment to the Indian Penal Code through the Criminal Law Amendment Act 2003, making acid attacks a specific offence with a punishment of imprisonment not less than 10 years and which can extend to life imprisonment and with fine. Section 326A of Indian Penal Code was enacted by the Indian Parliament to ensure enhanced punishment for acid throwing. This was a big step, but still, it is not enough. लक्ष्मी अग्रवाल का बहुत बड़ा हाथ है ये पॉसिबल करने में. Now, I'll be showing you a video of a girl named Naomi who is an acid attack survivor, and she's gonna share her own story, how she was attacked, and the twist is who attacked her.
My story is one of betrayal and loss, and it's only now, 5 years on, that I'm ready to talk about it. The bus took me to my bus stop, just opposite my house, Bromhall Road. I don't know, something just caught my attention. I just felt startled a little bit. I looked to the side of me, and I remember seeing someone in just black. I just remember seeing black, and I remember the person's face being covered. It was a very cold stare. Before I knew it, I just felt a huge splash. And I would just remember, I immediately screamed. I clenched onto my stuff. I was on the phone, running down my road. I did not look back. And I remember getting to my door and banging on my door, banging on my door, screaming. I was like, it's burning, acid. I just remember literally just humming in my head, trying to not freak out. And I remember when the ambulance came and I just remember seeing my mum just so frozen. So at this point, it was the local police officers who were trying to find out who had done this to me. The police were even asking me, have you ever been threatened that somebody was going to throw acid at you in the past? And I said, funny enough, it said, yeah, someone actually has, weirdly enough, threatened to throw acid at me in the past. And I explained to them, I said, one time me and my friend Mary, we fell out and she threatened that she was going to throw acid at me. But I was like, that was so long ago. I explained to the officer that Mary had messaged me to see how I was, and she's been calling me since I've been in the hospital. So I was like, she's completely concerned. It was 6 weeks after I was attacked that Mary was brought in for questioning.
The officer did point out that she said something, we had an argument over a year ago.
And she said that in that argument that you said that you wanted to throw acid in her face.
Acid? No.
Because that's a very particular thing. Acid attacks over here especially are very rare, so why pick a comment like that?
I cannot remember saying that. And then when she told me this happened to her, I was just like, why? I just don't understand.
She was released from the police station. She was given a bail date. So I can understand how frustrated the family were. That lady had a distinctive handbag. And when we viewed the custody images that we had when Mary was originally arrested, it looked like she had exactly the same bag. When we had her come back in on bail, this warrant was done at the address and the bag was recovered. And long story short, that has traces of damage that is typical of an acidic acid.
Every single day is different. Every single day you learn something new. Every single day you have to learn, you have to have a different type of strength in different situations. Like, I'm only human. That's it. Like, I'm only human.
Thank you so much.